Well, that was fun! Welcome back to this last installment of the Patinsproject YouTube presentation on addressing the barriers of a digital curriculum and e-learning. This series of presentations has focused on addressing the accessibility issues that local educational agencies need to consider when purchasing an online or digital curriculum, or when a school district sets a course for developing their own digital curriculum. We invite you to join us in an open forum discussion on the issues during the month of February. This forum discussion will occur in the Accessible Instructional Materials community on the Indiana Learning Connection website and will be moderated by Daniel McNulty, the Patins Northeast Regional Site Coordinator. So come on and join us in this important discussion and share what your school district is doing to address the breaking down of barriers of a digital curriculum and e-learning. Also, if you haven't already done so, go to the Patins YouTube channel, TeacherTube or teachindy.com, to view the first two informative presentations in this series. This week, we will bring you 3 YouTube presentations with Jeff Bond, the Patins Central Regional Site Coordinator, on some possible solutions to consider for making your traditional or your digital curriculum accessible for students with disabilities. The first in this series will focus on the use of text-to-speech program called Read Out Loud Universal Access. The second presentation will be about a program that converts digital text to DAISY and a program called DAISY to EPUB for creating files that can be utilized on mobile devices. And lastly, Jeff will talk about the RFB&D Read Here software that will allow digital files to be accessible for the blind and visually impaired. By the way, all 3 of these solution programs are free to Indiana local school districts for use by struggling readers and students with print disabilities. These programs are available as a free download by your school district's appointed digital rights manager on the Indiana Center for Accessible Instructional Materials, or the ICAM website. That site is www.icam.k12.in.us. These are just a few of the many solutions available for addressing the issues. For more information on these and other solutions, please contact your Patins Regional Site Coordinator. You can find the contact information for these great support resources, as well as information on other Patins offered technical assistance and training opportunities on the Patinsproject website at www.patinsproject.com. So now let's join Jeff and learn more about these programs that may provide just the solution your district will want to consider implementing to ensure its traditional or its digital curriculum is accessible for all students, including students with disabilities.
Hello, I'm Jeff Bond, and I am the Patins Central Regional Site Coordinator. I'd like to share with you a few of the ways that barriers to digital content can be addressed. Many individuals with a disability have barriers that create a challenge to access what others take for granted, and the increase in digital content is no different. As digital content becomes more popular, access remains a challenge for many. This is just a warm-up to what kind of technology is available. What I am about to share is by no means the only thing available, but merely a few tools in a vast toolbox we call assistive technology. Come, let me share one with you.
I'd like to demonstrate how a software program can access barriers that may exist when accessing digital format. And in this instance, we're going to look at a program called RFB&D Read Here. I'm going to go down to my toolbar and open up Read Here. This happens to be on the Mac. It's also available in the Windows format. And we're going to open our library. And I have a variety of digital files available. And we're going to look at one in particular, which is an RFB DAISY audio file. It's an Audio Plus file that works specifically with the RFB&D Read Here. And as we open the program up, we can see that, much like other Mac or Windows programs, we have our file, edit, tools, view, Windows help, those sorts of things, which are pretty standard for other programs that use either the Mac OS or the Windows OS. And then we have our toolbar specific to the RFBND read here, with features like previous and play, next, repeat. How we navigate, we can control the volume, and we can zoom in, zoom out, contrast, pan, bookmarks, and we have our library, and we can close or open our sidebar, which is over here to the right. This particular program, again, uses only an audio file format. So there will be no pictures, there will be no conversion of text to speech, as we see in other programs like Read Out Loud, Read and Write Gold, Kurzweil, Win, and that sort of thing. Although other versions of Read Here by GH will offer those kinds of features, this one is particular to RFBND audio file formats. And the audio file format is not a synthesized speech. It is actually a digitized speech where someone is actually reading the content of the book and the navigation features. So we'll take a little listen and see what it sounds like. This is, again, the very beginning of the book itself, and I just happen to have this one available. It's the Brothers Grimm, From Enchanted Forest to the Modern World. And we'll hit play.
Number GV343. The Brothers Grimm, From Enchanted Forest to the Modern World.
So, as you can see, there is no highlighting. It just reads the text that's there. It does have some good navigation features so that as we go through the auditory component, we can follow along with either where we are in a particular chapter, or we can actually go to a page view, and I'll show you those in just a minute. But we have clickable navigation features, which will allow us to go to the next page.
Page Roman 5. Preface to the 2002 edition.
So we have our navigation features over on the right hand side, and currently I have them set on headings right here, and it gives us our content as well as then our chapters, which are divided up into the page numbers. So chapter 1, obviously page 1, and chapter 2 starts at page 25. If we go up and click on page, then we can actually go through the pages singularly. As I scroll over to the right hand side on our sidebar, you can see that we can scroll and go specifically to a page. We also have a search feature where we can actually go in and search for information that may be in the content of the digital format. And back to heading. If we click on, for example, Chapter 3, double click.
Chapter 3, Exploring Historical Paths. Inevitably, they find their way into the forest. It is there that they lose and find themselves. It is there that they gain a sense of what is to be done.
Well, one thing I'd like to point out about the RFBND audio file format is that they use different individuals for reading. So you may have a woman reading one chapter or two, and maybe a man reading a few others. So it is truly a digitized voice, not a synthesized voice. So you actually have somebody reading. That being said, then you don't have the opportunity to change the rate or the pitch or the speed of the reader because it is a digital recording. And again, we have some other features that we can zoom in on if we need to have it high resolution, and we can zoom out. We can also change the contrasts, so there are a few features in here that are helpful for individuals that might prefer that kind of background or that kind of size for navigation. Again, it does not do the highlighting. But another software program that offers a little variation on how we can take a digital file format and utilize it for reading content. This program does support keyboard shortcuts for quick access, as well as working with voice-over screen reading programs. One other feature I would like to point out is the bookmark, and you actually have unlimited number of bookmarks that can be added to the text, so navigation is even enhanced with that particular feature, as well as going to the chapter or to the page specifically. So again, this is just one of many tools that are out there that will allow students and individuals to address barriers they may come into contact with as far as digital file formats and what's available for them to utilize for their personal preferences. Thank you.